in the assignment?
Yeah, yes, that is what is going to give you a lot of marks.
Right, okay.
Yeah, because they want to see how, you see, when we did the, we're looking at the learning outcomes.
Yeah.
You can decide to get a pass. A pass is just doing the analysis.
Yeah.
Be able to get the basic, oh, this is what it means to develop a vision. That will give you a fact, no problem. But if you want to get a merit, then you go on to assess.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to get a distinction, you do evaluation. So
okay.
what it means is that having learned about the tools, you've been able to test it. You've been able to assess it with yourself to see how it works. Yeah, for you. And because you've done this, this is the result that you've had. And that is very significant.
So just a quick follow-up question. I've noticed that those are in like PDF format.
Yes.
Is it advisable to make your own like cells with columns and then fill it out so that you can add it to the assessment piece?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
You can just do yours in Word and make sure that you put in all the parameters that you need to assess, and that will be fine. Yeah. Okay. So quickly, like I said, today we want to look at how we can review the skills that we have, or sort of how do we do some of these things. Yeah. And it's extremely important for us to know that. Yeah. Let me just see. Okay, so we would, great. Yeah, so we are looking at how you measure, you review. So what is performance management? How do you review some of these things? What sort of system do we have in place that people are able to use to review their performances? We are saying that this sort of tool helps you to consider how well something is performed compared with how it is performed in the past, or with what is required in the future, or in comparison with something else. Yeah, so you want to just look at where you are and look at maybe where you want to go. So this sort of tool helps you to do that. We are saying that the objective of this is both by the organization can do it and individuals can do it. Our focus on this model is the personal one, to develop some of these things. But we also want you to be mindful that the organization can do it. What are some of the objectives that we set ourselves to do? Yeah, we want to create concrete, to have concrete and tangible particulars about our work. What are some of the things that I want to see? Am I organized? Am I time conscious? Am I able to complete assignments and all that? Yeah, do I procrastinate and all that? So you want to look at tangible things that you can say that these are the skills that I have. You're able to assess performance based on that. The company obviously will look at the overall efficiency of how things are done and how they want to control the whole organization to bring out the best out of them. When it comes to the personal side, your aim is to look how you can develop your skills, for the future, how you can have job satisfaction, and how you can get involved in the things that the organization is doing. On the organizational side, they are looking at how we can align the the goals of the organization with that of the employee to grant them job satisfaction for them to give up the best. We also look at how it brings the growth and development of both the company and the individuals. And obviously, it enhances harmony and also effectiveness. If you're able to do this, some of the benefits which we've highlighted and we've said over, it will help you to identify goals. You can be able to see the challenges, the strengths, and the gaps in performances that you have to fill. Yeah, it helps you to identify gaps in even skills and knowledge so that it can inform the kind of training and development that you need, and also the recruitment that you realize, okay, maybe we have to get other people in with a particular kind of skill. It also helps to improve employee and the team engagement and performance. Obviously, is able to get them to talk together and identify where the weaknesses and the strengths are. It also helps for you to be able to rank people, employees, that these are top rank employees who are very efficient and effective, and you can look at those at the bottom who need to be supported. So we are saying that you might even think about rewarding and retaining those staff, and if people are not performing, you either try to support them or you decide that we cannot carry on with this kind of low performances. So that is the benefit. When it comes to the tools that are used, most companies have areas that they will be looking out for, but we will be, for this study, we'll be looking at just 4 areas. On the HR side, obviously it deals with employees. So it helps to be able to align the business plan with all the goals that we have. Then it helps you to also look at what we call succession planning. That, okay, the CEO will be exiting in 2 years. Who are some of the people that we can be able to spot and prepare for them to get into those roles? And communication obviously is important, but there's something that we call the 360 appraisal. We'll look at it in the study. But 360 appraisal gives a complete holistic, multi-functional feedback. So they put a lot of people together and they all assess you and they give their feedback. So nothing is left out. Very important. Obviously on the employer side, it gives the employer the opportunity to do a performance review, and obviously it informs whether they have to be rewarded, promoted, or maybe told to leave. It also helps the company to be able to identify the organizational needs in terms of training, development, career progression, coaching, mentoring. All these are important when it comes to the training side. Then obviously, when they decide to get people in, these tools help them to know the talents that they have to bring in. It also informs the job description that, okay, this particular job requires this. Then eventually when the people come, then they go through orientation, they know exactly what are the tools they should be equipped with. And it also helps you to identify the culture of the organization and how people can fit in. So that is very important. We are saying that this is extremely important. Continuous review of the processes and other things, very, very important. So we are giving four examples of big companies who have decided that, no, we have to do something about what we have at the moment. And if you look at somebody like Adobe, they've abolished the annual performance review. They've abolished that. Why? Because they think that a whole year is too long. Yeah, for us to do a review. It's good for us to do it in short intervals. So because of that, they said, no, we want it now. Yeah, we want it to be continuous. Yeah, not until the end of the year. Deloitte, very solid, yeah, company. They also said that, no. It looks like our practices are completely out of step with our organizational needs. So now we have to redesign, re-engineer everything to make sure that it's in line with what we can be able to achieve. Microsoft one is quite interesting because they were using the ranking type. So the ranking type means that workers or employees are put in certain categories. These are the best people. These are those underperforming and all that. So there is some kind of competition. People are competing against each other because everybody wants to be somewhere, and it's not really helping. So they also decided that no, we are not going to do that. We're going to change the whole system. Yeah. Then Accenture also have decided to change their review of annual performance, do it quicker, and also abolish the ranking. What they want to do now is that we're going to review projects. As soon as the projects are done, we'll do a quick review and see whether we're able to achieve it, than to wait until the end of the year for us to do a review. So much would have changed. So it's important for us to do that. There are a range of performance measures out there, but we want to look at a few of them. Yeah. Why do we do them? Yeah, we do some of these things to be able to, companies we do to be able to assess their profitability. Have we made any profits so far? We also want to look at the activities that were done. Did they meet the standards and all that? What we set ourselves to do, were we able to achieve it? Was it productive enough? Have we done much as we wanted to do? Yeah, other things are like looking at how we've competed with the competitors in the market, the state of the economy of our company. Are we getting some cash? You know, we are struggling. If you benchmark yourself against this, some of the major players, how are you faring? And obviously the objectives of the shareholders or stakeholders within the company. So these are some of the reasons why people will measure. Then the monitoring standards. This is just a very straightforward one. What is it that you need to measure? Yeah, so you set performance standards. Yeah, what do you want to measure? How do I monitor the performance? Yeah, what ways can I use to measure the performance to see if we are up to the task? Then obviously, how can I improve it? So this sort of SWOT analysis, where I am, where I want to be, and how can I be, is running through the whole team of strategy management. You always have to do that. Yeah, put things in place to set your performance, to monitor and find ways of improving them. Then, like I said, there are a whole lot of tools out there that will help you to assess your performance. Yeah, whether you're on track. And these performance appraisals, yeah, are procedures which helps you to collect and to share and use the information collected, yeah, about yourself, about the people in your work, in order to be able to add to their performance, improve their performance. So that is the reason for this performance appraisal tools. Yeah, it helps you to collect, yeah, assess, reflect, to be able to know the skills you are. Then this information that you've collected, either by yourself, about other people or the company, you're able to, yeah, translate them into something that would help. So it's a tool that can improve organizational performance by making better use of its people and improving individual performances. What is the aim of these appraisals that we do? Number one, it helps to set up the relevant performance objectives. Assessing past performance and improving future performance, assessing training and development needs, the future potential. It also determines what sort of salary the person can be on. Helps to develop individuals, improve motivation, and provide job satisfaction. So these are the aims of these performance appraisals that we do. So simple things like interview, it's a form of a performance appraisal, and we are saying that to make it very effective, very effective as a manager. If you want to conduct an appraisal with somebody, what do you do before the interview? We are saying that you have to be very organized, agree the date and the time for the interview, allow enough time, for the person to prepare and come. Inform the employee approximately how long it's going to last so that they are not kept in suspense. Explain the purpose of the interview and clarify the objectives that you want to achieve. Invite or request the employee to add any additional item they want to discuss. So you give the agenda, and if they want to add it to it, that's fine. So the essence is for you to collect all the relevant information during the interview, and this will obviously inform the job description and other things. So before the interview. During the interview, what do you do? So during the interview, you don't drift away from the objectives that you set yourself to do, but you reestablish the objectives and make sure that you're on track. You make sure you keep notes so that you don't forget. The faintest ink, we are told, is better than the smartest mind, because anything can happen and you lose your mind. But if you write it, it helps. So in the interview, you encourage the employee to talk, ask questions, and listen. Then whilst you are having the chat, give effective feedback. Then together you agree on future performance. Identify and agree improvement areas. Identify training and development areas. Then you agree on the way forward, an action plan as to how you want to do it. So you conclude the interview by checking your notes are full and complete, and you summarize what has been said before the employee leaves, so that he knows exactly what has been discussed in the meeting. Let me just stop here for a second. We'll come back on that. We have, that's right, a feel of where to go. If you're a manager, you want to do an interview, or you have to subject yourself to some of these things, how it should look like. Let's carry on. So when you finish this, we are saying that it's important for you to look at how to support. So if you see somebody who is underperforming, how are you going to support the person? You make clear the areas in which the individual's behavior is below expectation. Make it very clear to them. You know how they were having a frank conversation. You left a report that I did. Oh, I'm sorry about that. So in the same way, you can also let them know the area that they have to improve. Give the individual the opportunity to explain their underperformance, and raise any concerns they might have about their job. So the guy felt that, no, you are coming across, I've not performed, but what about the report? So, oh yeah, that was a great one. I thought it was Alan. I didn't know it was you. So that brings them back. So ensure the staff is aware of the level of performance. Yeah, the targets that you have, make sure that you bring it to their attention. Then obviously set a reasonable time frame where you want to see these improvements achieved. Yeah, in terms of trying to improve what is the name, the performance, following on that conversation, you are trying to motivate through communication, recognition, encouraging them, and obviously consulting. Yeah, encourage them to be creative. These are some of the things that you would have to be looking at. Yeah, give them confidence that the ideas are welcome and worthwhile. So it's important. Also involve them in setting some of these things. We've said it countless times that always get the stakeholders involved. Make sure that they know exactly what is expected of them and to what standards and where their work will fit in the overall objective of the organization. Yeah, let them know how it will be measured. Yeah, so every month we are coming back for a review. Every 3 months we do a review, and it's going to be a form of interview. It's going to be an email sent out, and you need to complete and bring it back. So let them know how the performance is going to be done and how it will be measured. Then we are saying that make sure that you have a very good appraisal system. Yeah, if you don't use a system that is effective enough, it's not going to help you achieve the goals you have by way of trying to fill in the skills gaps and all that. So you need a very good tool to use. Some of the things that you would definitely achieve if you able to get the right style, you get the right tools and the right approach. Obviously, you'll be able to identify the strengths, the weaknesses, and also be able to look at the opportunities and areas that you think that you might have to help them. So obviously, it gives a complete idea of where the employee or where you as a person sits. It also helps you to be able to help the customer, the employee to plan their career, plan it, whether they can be promoted into a senior role or they need to be supported in a way before they move on. It also helps you to place the person in the right position. Yeah, so based on the way their talent sets and the skills, you'll be able to, I don't think it's up to a supervisor yet. I might have to give him another year or two before we can promote him. So very important. It also helps self-development. We've said it. Enables you to know by yourself whether you are weak in certain areas and how you can address them. It also gives you the opportunity to be able to come up with the training approaches that you need based on your weaknesses. And we are saying that you need sound or effective tools to use. It also helps the employee-employer relationship improves if you put some of these things in place, because there's a lot of communication, and we are saying that helps to minimize grievances and improve confidence in the organization as a whole. Higher employee productivity. The morale of employer will be high, because there can be a system of the employees will be high, because there can be a system of rewards for the employees with higher performance, and this will improve the organizational productivity. Performance appraisal also helps in the human resource planning. That okay, I've got enough governor staff who are effective. I don't need to spend money and bring any other people on. But having said that, there is some limitations that you should be aware. When we are looking at these performance appraisals, some of them are just human. So some personal bias or human biases. Because we are humans, sometimes we become subjective. So due to the human element, there's always the fear of one's own opinion coming in the way. So that is very important. Then there's something we also call the halo effect. If somebody had performed very well in the previous assessment, do you carry the same mentality into the new one and say, oh, he's going to perform? No, you have to take every case on its own merit. It is the same. The Horn effect, if somebody had underperformed, does it mean that the person hasn't improved since? No, you have to be looking at that. So these are some of the limitations. And if the standards that are used in various departments are not the same, what are we talking about here? We are not comparing like. So you cannot say that, okay, these people are not performing. We also need to be aware of the appropriate techniques to use because that gives correct results. Some of them are time consuming and costly, so people avoid them. But if you use the wrong technique, you're going to get wrong results. So that is very important. Then wrong appraisal by superiors. People just cannot get over a relationship. I've got a very good relationship with this guy, so I want to be careful that I don't give them a lower score so that it doesn't destroy my relationship. But is that what we are looking for? Maybe not. So we want to make sure that people are frank enough. Sometimes people also haven't done maybe the Myers-Briggs, for instance, the personality of the person. So the personality of the person sort of overrides the performance, which we are looking at. So we have to be careful that we don't stress on the individual. Rather, it should be the performance. And we say the central tendency many times to be safer. The rater who rate the person on an average. Why? And here we are saying two reasons. The first one is that if the rater does not want to score low marks for the ratee, because like you said, maybe the relationship or all that. But there's another very serious one. If he himself is not competent enough, you don't be able to give the right kind of assessment. So in order to play safe, but if you have something like that, no, that's not what we are looking for. We need a tool and people who will be able to get us the right results. Lack of importance of self. Yes, Jay.
Just an observation on the eighth point.
Yes.
If you can go back to number 8 there. Oops. Sorry. Sorry, Sam.
No, it's all right. It's fine. Get it.
I was just going to say, the central tendency, the 8th one, something that I found when giving employees sort of a rating over time.
Yes.
What's really hard is if you're scoring something, say out of 10, once you start going up in numbers, it gets very hard to at some point go back in numbers. If you're saying, oh, okay, you're starting at number 3, you're doing very well, but we'd like to see sort of improvements here. Once the numbers start to go up for the employee, once you then observe something that takes that person down, it's really hard to present like going downwards.
But I think it's all down to letting people know that this exercise has got an objective to achieve.
Yeah.
And what we also want you to be aware is that circumstances might change, and that is the reason why we are doing this. Yeah, so it doesn't really necessarily mean that if you had a very good score in our previous assessment, it is automatic that you would be able to get.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is it's a limitation of having a score system, particularly when people get up to the high levels. So, you know, you got somebody who does very well very quickly. They're suddenly given a 5 out of 5 for every area. Where do you go from there? You know, and then you have a problem if you start to have to pull people back from the high score that you've given them, and then they go, well, why? Nothing's changed. I haven't got worse. I've only got better. So I tend not to like using a system that has a score for that reason, because you're always at the limit of the score, and then you can't move. You can't go beyond the score.
Okay, I understand. Yeah, I think that is what we raised earlier, that the likes of Adobe and Microsoft and what is the name, Accenture and all that, they've come to a point to agree that no, the ranking system, the rating, the scoring system is not helping. Yeah, that is not what we need at the moment. We need something more detailed, something more fluid. Yeah, something that will be able to give people feedback on projects and other things. So it's all been changed. So yeah, what you've said is a very good observation. Yeah, else you get stuck at some point. Yeah, you will not be able to go ahead with it. Yeah. That is brilliant. Yeah, so that is one of them. And let me get the full screen to make it. Yeah, so that is some of the limitations we had. The 9 is lack of self-development. So we are saying that this whole thing, the essence of it is to support people with their development. We are not just going to witch hunt and look at people's weaknesses and all that. That is not the essence of it. So the essence is for us to identify, their strengths and their weaknesses. And these can be consolidated and their weakness can be removed. That is the essence. However, this aspect is not given importance, and so the main objective is neglected. So we don't want that. Then the lack of communication and participation of employees. So this appraiser is not complete without communicating to the employee the results of the appraiser and give them the chance to give their opinion. Other than that, it's going to be just one-sided. Yeah, and that will not lead to their development. So it's important for us to note this in order to be able to help them. Let's carry on to the next one. So we are saying that, these performance appraisals, very important. We've looked at the benefits, we've looked at the objectives, we've looked at the benefits, we've looked at the limitations. There are several appraisal tools out there that you can use, plenty of them. So you can look at them later. Management by objectives and all that. You can have a look at them. We are saying that some of the methods, like we've said, some of them are very traditional, and these are used to emphasize and rate individual their traits, the kind of personalities that they have, whether they are dependable, how they are driven, are they creative, their integrity, intelligence, leadership potential, and all that. These are the traditional ones. So like we said, the ranking, for instance, is one of the ways by which you rank the person from the highest to the lowest, or the best to the worst. And we've just mentioned that these have got limitations also. So over time, there's been some new development and new tools that are more effective than just the ranking systems. Yeah, and that is what we want to mention before we finish. We have what we call the 360 appraisal method. Yeah, the 360 appraisal method. Yeah, so here you have several raters, multiple raters involved in the evaluation process. Yeah, and this technique is called the 360, so it's all round. Yeah, it is understood as a systematic collection of performance data on an individual, or group, derived from a lot of stakeholders. So who are these stakeholders? We can decide that, okay, your immediate boss can be your team members, can be customers, it can be your colleagues. Yeah, so we give a wide range of people to come into the assessment, and they can all give their feedback. In this method, an employee's performance is evaluated by their supervisor, by their subordinate, their peers, even customers. When we saw the video, the guy was saying that, oh, the feedback from the customers was also good. So I think that will help me to be able to improve the thing that I'm doing. Yeah, so all these appraisers provide information or feedback by completing a questionnaire designed for the purpose. So you send it out there, or you sit down and people give a feedback. Yeah, how do you see the role that has been created for Jay? I mean, you think it's going in the right direction? And they give their candid opinion. Yeah, customer. Ali is your account manager, and how is he performing so far? Do you like his customer relations? Do you think he's got the skills? Is he able to negotiate well with you and all that? So they will give their feedback. The manager will give their feedback, and it's all going to be put together. So we are saying that it gives a broader perspective about the employer, a very detailed one. In addition to it also gives a greater self-development of the employee. So the employee can also identify all the areas that they think that, okay, based on this feedback, I might have to do that to be able to improve. It enables the employee to compare his evaluation about self and perceptions of others. So this is the way I see myself. I thought I was doing well, but I've just had a feedback that it's not up to the level. The customers are not happy yet. So what can I do? There is still a gap. Can I push myself a little bit more? Can I get a bit of training in telephone answering skills, or can I get a bit more training, mentoring about negotiating deals with the customers, or supporting them when it comes to queries and maybe customer complaints? How can I do to be able to improve on these things? So we are saying that even though this is still a very good tool, obviously, because it's got a human element in it, you always have a little bit of subjective downside in it. Yeah, but I think it's better because it gives a wider and a broader perspective about this whole thing. So we would end it here with this one. What you have to do is to look into the tools and try and put something together for yourself. And like I said, tomorrow we'll look at how we can put all these things together to answer the question that we have, the task that we have to do. Yeah, so I would pause here and just ask if there are any contributions or if there are any questions before.
Sam, tomorrow what time?
Doing it at 1 o'clock UK time.
Okay, so it's going to be like 5 p.m. Dubai.
All right, all right. How is it for you?
It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I can manage.
Okay, okay, okay. Assad.
Yeah, hi.
How are you?
Good.
Wonderful.
How's things?
Yeah, no problem at all. No problem. You've not been able to join the 3 other sessions.
Yeah, actually, I was busy with an IPO. We were going through that. So I'll take my time because my weekend just is going on. So I'll take my time to go through all the videos.
Yes.
If I have any questions, I get back to you.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, so tomorrow's session is very important because that is going to give us an idea how we do. Yeah.
It's 1 o'clock UK time?
Yeah, 1 o'clock UK time. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So we'll come back and quickly look at the assessment that we have and what we have to do. So we've been able to go through. Yes, Assad.
No, it's not me.
Okay, so we've been able to go through the all the 4 learning outcomes, and we have said that these things are very, very, very important if we want to get the needed marks that we want, and we are hoping that we've understood this so that we can at least be able to provide the needed work. So like we said, the learning outcomes has got the assessment criteria, either pass, merit, or distinction. If you're able to get the basic understanding, you pass the course. But if you push yourself a little, you can add a merit, and you can also do what is the name? A distinction. So the first one was for us to understand how knowledge and skills in leadership and strategic management supports the creation and the achievement of the organizational vision and strategy. Then we also have been able to look at understanding how to develop and communicate these visions for the organization. You can analyze, then you can evaluate. Then we've also looked at how we can manage our own knowledge and skills and strategic management to support the achievement. So here too, you can assess, you can devise, you can prepare, then you justify, implement. So Jay, that's why I'm saying that if you do your own one, that will give a bigger, a bigger plus, because it will let whoever is marking know that, yes, now you understand, you've been able to translate into your situation, and that is helping you to identify your needs, that have to be met for you to be able to develop to the level that you want. Then obviously we've looked at how you can review the personal development, and then we've looked at the appraisal systems that you can use to be able to do that. So you can go through the indicative content, gives a broader one, meaning of vision, strategy, what is it, the knowledge that is required, the skills that you need, also factors that should affect when you want to develop the vision, the approaches of developing it, and how you communicate it. Look at the leadership theories and which one works for you and which one you have to work on to be able to adopt. What are the ways by which you can assess this? We are saying that you can do a self-audit of your skills, and this will help you identify so many things. So the continuous professional planning or personal development planning will help. And we've also looked at the reviews today. So yeah, that is, I don't know if we have any questions or any contributions before we come back tomorrow.
I mean, I have a question. I don't know if you'd be able to answer this.
Yes.
What background reading would you recommend for LO3, LO4? Is of the suggested resources, is there any one in particular that's really worth having a look at?
Yes, if you look at the LO3 and LO4, there are a few journals that have been put at the bottom. So some of these are journals, some of them are books. So you can just go through them. Very, very, very good material. Yeah, so I will not even go further away. I'll just read. These should be more than enough. Yeah, they should be more than enough. So go through. If you have any issues, you can reach out. Yeah, but next week we'll be able to. Yeah, tomorrow we'll look at some of these things if you still have any challenges. Any more questions from anyone?
All of this, Sam.
Okay, all right. So we'll meet tomorrow at 1.
Great.
Yeah, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll catch you later.
Thank you,
Great.
Sam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.